I don't care.
That'll be the game and fish.
But that's not the issue here.
Right,
And that was the
okay.
issue that I was getting attacked on
So,
through the resources of this board, and that's my concern.
let me ask you one more. Have you ever signed an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, through the game and fish?
I have not. This is all before my time.
Okay. Would you sign that?
No, I want nothing to do with it.
Okay. That's fine.
I got a question. Tammy, pull up that picture where it shows the payloader tracks on that approach. It's just an idea.
That's me doing. Them are my tracks. 'Cause
right.
I was,
Right.
and that's where I got stuck.
Yep, right there. What would happen if the township would agree to allow this? Because obviously you got to have rocks like that, or it's not going to stay there.
No.
2 to 4 inch rock, first wave that comes in, it's all gone.
No.
Dig that out, put the big rock in, put the smaller rock on top, because that's what the Century Code says, and make it so you can use it as a boat ramp.
Right. That's what I would like to ask Bill.
Yes, sir.
Would you be opposed to a group of like the wildlife group and stuff to come in and clean this up and build us something that's of structure?
So if it goes on the section line, which this
Right,
is
that's
a
all
description,
that's
it would
all we're
have to go
asking
through
for.
the township board.
Okay.
Because that's the reason why I'm here.
And
So they already said no already. And I
Okay.
know how that happened because I wasn't on the board when it happened.
Right.
But I know what happened to lead to their immediate no. And it was due to a neighboring. There's a big conflict between a neighboring township, which I got endless respect for those guys too. They feel like they were wrong, so they did not grant the one. But so I can't answer that right now, but I can bring it up to the board.
Okay,
No problem.
but this is, like I said, that might have been with the wildlife or the game and fish or whatever. This is just local wildlife club, you know?
Oh,
that
I see what
would
you're
do
saying.
this, not the game and fish, nothing else, but come in and improve the access to this.
If it's on the
And-
section line, I'll bring it up to any
And,
board
and,
meeting.
and
So,
to interject a little bit,
Sorry.
they do exactly the same thing at Clear Lake. It's on the
Yep.
section line, Animals Game and Fish, or not Animals Game and Fish, the wildlife club there puts the ramp in every spring, takes it out, and the local landowners granted a little half-acre deal where
Yep.
people can park.
but I can't speak on that behalf.
No, no.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
So,
So,
you guys just.
I get intimidated with the camera.
Yeah,
here,
that's
so.
fine, we're getting a little off base here,
We are.
but Tim, I would suggest your group go meet with the township and take it from there. And I wanna emphasize, the county commissioners have nothing to do with it, it's
Thank
the
you.
township,
Right.
okay?
Thank you. All right, thank you guys for your time, and
Yep.
I appreciate the clarity.
And once you get older, you're gonna have to have one of these. Two of them.
I know. Got surgery coming up on the 26th, so hopefully we get somewhere.
Thanks,
So,
Philip.
all right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Tim, let's get it figured out.
Yep, okay.
All right, see you guys.
Okay. Is Brian here?
Oh, sorry, I'm done.
See here by now. Are we done?
Is Brian here? I didn't see him.
Sorry about telling you.
Oh, he
Brian
has
and I
phone
come,
conference.
It's okay.
I think
Never understood why
it's
they
through the
guys
phone, yeah.
called in.
You can go back to your chair.
Oh, I'm comfortable. Okay, guys,
Quiet.
we're quiet, we got a phone conversation.
Good morning, Brian. You're going to have to really speak up, and hopefully you can hear, but you got the floor. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to give a quick update on the County Road 1 bridge replacement project. We had the pre-con on Monday, and IBI is, they haven't already, the road should be shut down soon, and they're going to be pulling riprap this week and removing guardrail, and then following week they are planning to remove the bridge. So that's where that's at. They are all full steam ahead, and they're going to be having H-pile shipments start showing up next week too. So they're going to be there in full force, and hopefully get this one done as quick as they can.
Sounds good.
Anyone have any questions on the project starting off or concerns with anything?
No, Brent kind of filled us in on all that, so I think we're good.
Perfect, sounds good. And then the only other thing I had was, we submitted our scope and fee and everything into the
they've got the copy of the contract in front of them, Bryon, if you wanna speak towards anything in it.
Yeah, so it's all pretty standard language that the DOT makes all the contracts and everything. Our fee was, just over 180,000, I believe. That is, and it's all hourly, so, if we don't use it, we don't bill for that. You guys have a 20% cost share on that, so DOT will pay 80% of that. You guys pay, 20%. So,
Okay. So we'll talk about this and get our signs today.
okay, yeah, and the official signing will come through on DocuSign. So you guys won't actually have to sign the paper copy at all. So how it works is the DOT will sign and then it gets sent to us for signature, and then it gets sent to you guys for signature. So once we get it, we'll sign it, and then it'll be sent to Chairman and Dan for signature.
Okay. Okay, guys, any questions for Bryon? I guess not, thank you.
Okay, easy enough. I'll keep you guys updated as project continues. More progress is made.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Bryon.
Bye.
I hate this DocuSign thing, we never work very good.
All right, so we need a motion to approve that contingent upon the state's approval of it.
So move.
Motion made by Bryon, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Miller. Any discussion on it?
Yeah, just for the record, that idea then, and I wasn't at the last meeting, that doesn't matter what we get paid, because the state pays for it all. Really not the case. We're still paying 20%.
We're on the hook for 20%.
Yeah.
The thing we
You're
don't
always
have
gonna
to
have to pay
say,
20%.
the thing we don't have a say in is what they negotiate with them. The state doesn't negotiate.
No, they don't. This is 181,000 and the state hasn't even looked at it yet.
But the state has to approve that, and you're approving it contingent upon the state approving it.
Correct.
And all this is designed to do is not have to wait another month for them
I
to start
I
their work.
get that part.
And that was our
But my
conversation
point
of 6
was
County.
that, and I wasn't at the meeting, I said, just pick the engineering
Believe
firm,
me, you
which
should have
is
been
the
there.
cheapest. And someone said, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does matter. 20% of 140,000 is a whole lot less than 20% of 181,000.
Absolutely.
So, the idea is that the state's gonna pay for it all. That's not the
No,
case.
they're
But the state makes you interview these firms, and cost isn't a part of it, because the state has to approve that.
I'm thinking the state would have approved 140 instead of 181.
Well, they may have, but the fact of the matter is, you negotiate with the state, you do not negotiate with this board when it comes to CE services. Doesn't make any sense to me. In fact, I brought it up to Aaron Hurst last week at 6 County. Why doesn't the state interview these firms?
I know.
This makes no sense for us to do it because
The
it
state
doesn't matter.
dictates it anyway.
But
I
they
know.
are reviewing,
Yes.
Right.
Associated Counties are
I-
reviewing.
That, yeah.
And you're absolutely right, that's something we just have no control over.
I've been a bird in my saddle for 4 years now, I just can't get over it.
Is it festering? Is the burr festering?
What's that?
Is the burr festering?
Yeah.
2.5 you can quit.
I'll say it again. You know, all these construction firms gotta crunch figures and how to cut costs, and they're competing against 6 other companies to do work. Engineering firms don't have to do that. They just get a percentage.
Like you said, they're working on it.
And they are. That's a good issue.
Any other discussion?
I'm sorry about that. My rant for the day.
Hearing no other discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
All right. Just FYI on this next item, Ralph and Mayor will be in Wells County to conduct our biennial audit. They'll be here June 22nd and 23rd. And there's another thing, you have no control over the cost
Was that a different company
No,
than in the past?
It's the same one.
Oh, it is.
Used for a long
I
time.
thought it, somehow I thought it was Ideally in the past.
And, no,
That's a common name, but that is a common name.
So Ideally does a lot of them, did their school audit when you were at school with their, so on, but, they have not, also not been capped by 3%. So, so that's just FYI, they'll be here and they'll find what they find and we'll all move on.
Okay,
Next item, just,
election.
just stuff about the election. We held our training, last week, for our election workers, which is required by law. We conducted LNA testing on the 16th of May, demonstrating all the machines worked as they should. We also tested them again when the workers were here, and they tested flawlessly once again. Election's already coming up next Tuesday, the 9th of June, both centers in Bowdoin, Festival Hall here in Thusman, and the Armory in Harvey, with polls open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. on that day. We are now required to conduct an audit, it'll be described by the state auditor's office. We won't know until after the election is done. With 4 races, we're gonna have to hand count a percentage of ballots on and then run them through the machine, only to find out that they work exactly like they're supposed to work. But nevertheless, that's a new wrinkle, and then the canvassing board will meet at 10 o'clock on Monday morning, June 22nd, to finalize the primary election, and the election is not over until that board has met and finalizes that. So that's as much information as I can share with you. Do you have any questions regarding the election? Okay.
Sounds like everything's a go.
We'll figure it out soon here, moving machines, because the vehicle that I've used to move machines in the last 2 election cycles evidently doesn't work anymore. So
You need, helpers to do that, or what?
I don't know how I'm gonna move them yet, just yet, you know. Of course, sun's out, so this would be a good day to move them, and,
How you moved before?
I had the expedition that the county owns, and I could load 2 of them in the back.
Oh, yeah.
And I like, evidently doesn't run, so,
Good.
so,
Then why do we still have it?
I don't know.
I'm just asking a couple of
That's a
questions.
good question, but,
It sits up by the, up there, don't it?
I think it's,
Oh, they
sitting out.
I seen it sitting out there one day.
no, the battery's not good, but it's good for the ground, so that's some work to figure out as far as how we're gonna do that, so. But anyway, that's neither here nor there at this point. Next thing I have in here is I've got 2 different proposals. I am not seeking you to act on these. I did solicit some energy saving options for both the courthouse and the festival hall. And the festival hall had ulterior motives to it. So just hear me out. Obviously, we've got to find every potential savings we can find. And this offers us a way, although it won't pay back until about 30 months is typical payback on a building like the courthouse. I've been through these things before. They do work. It would transform all of our lighting in the courthouse to LED lighting and reduce our electricity costs. It's a completely different reason at the festival hall. The payback at the festival hall will be decades, okay, because the building just isn't used that frequently. But the reason is, walk into the festival hall and look up. What does it take to change a light bulb at the festival hall?
Scaffolding.
Take scaffolding or a lift or something, things that we don't have, okay? And the man hours that it takes to change a light bulb. So the thought here on doing the festival hall would be that nobody would change a light bulb in 15, 20 years, okay? And all of us will be gone at that particular point in time. And the cost is pretty reasonable. 50% of this is paid by a grant, so you can open the courthouse up here and project price $96.75. You get a grant for $48.37 and a half, and your payback would be about 30 months. So we're not talking about a bunch of money, but I don't want you to make a decision on this today. I want you to contemplate this, and we'll make a decision next month
I think that's such a minor deal and a good payback. Compared to oil riprap, this is an easy decision. I think we should just do it.
And
That
I
was
was,
sarcastic to my part.
and we didn't look at this building at the time, but maybe this one should be considered too. But that being said, the amount of money that we're talking about, we've probably got, at any given moment in time, somewhere between $500 and $1,000 of a light bulb just waiting in the wings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're constantly changing these bulbs. I went through an energy project for every public schools and give or take about 2009. They're just starting to have to change
Oh, yeah, they
some
last
of those
10
bulbs
times
now.
now.
Okay? And so I know it works. I've been a part of it before. It's something I'd like to contemplate doing here. And again, Festival Hall, you're not gonna get a payback there. The idea is, we've got several lights in there burnt out, and Tammy looks at me like, what am I supposed to do? And I said, don't, I ain't doing that. Not
Well, it's
climbing
a
up
labor
there.
savings, it's nothing else.
It's crazy.
So would it make sense to start with this building first before the festival hall?
Well, this one you get a payback on because it's in service 5 days a week. But I haven't,
Right. You
he
follow
was
me?
coming through town and I said, let's check out the courthouse, which includes that garage that sits over there, which is so dark, you can't see anything in it. You know, you gotta open the garage door so you can see anything in there. But that being said, I wanted to put this in front of you. I just got this stuff delivered to me and I haven't had a time to cruise all the way through it, so. Anyway, I wanted it to be in front of you so that we can make an educated decision next month.
Well, I think it's a good deal, but I think let's wait and see how the vote goes to start with here too.
No doubt.
We got other issues, you know?
Right.
Yeah, and getting the lift into the festival hall, that's not.
Yeah, you can't really do that.
You can place wood down and pull it up or whatever, but.
But it's heavy.
Right.
So,
Or scaffolding.
all right, and that gets us to the next round here, which is the fairgrounds. Leanne and Mr. Clark, you need to come forward, yes.
Morning.
Good morning.
And before we get started, just to let you know, the Wellstone Historical Society has done our job at LED. Last year, we changed the Everett School to LED. This spring, less than a month ago, the Cross Annex and Museum Annex is all LED lights now too. So we've changed that.
So we're here today to do an agreement between the Wells County Fairground Rickter Board and the Historical Society and the County Commissioner for the Historical Society to use the sheriff's building as a museum and run that for, so they don't have to. So that's what, we just made a copy of that, what we had. We couldn't find the agreement.
I don't know where the original,
Yeah.
what happened last fall and with my health issues and stuff. I don't know.
And we didn't, yeah, we can't find a copy either on the board side, so that's what we're.
It's just a technical thing.
Yeah, just,
I'll just read this quick with Wells County Fair Association entered into an agreement with the Wells County Historical Society concerning the use of the building known as the Sheriff Building located in the Wells County Fairground. The Historic Society will have complete use and control of this building. This agreement starts December 1st, 2025. Continues indefinitely.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Stan, is there a second?
Seconded.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That was easy.
oh, we have two more things on the list, so, yeah, keep going. We had applied for a 50/50 raffle permit for the Wells County Fair that we can use during the Grand Canyon. So we're just planning on doing Thursday, Saturday, 2 events, and then Sunday. That is now, we applied for also Friday, but we might not use a raffle on Friday, but we did apply for that as well. So that's already, and that would go towards our building restoration and improvement.
I'll make a motion for that 50/50 raffle for them to do it.
Motion made by Boone, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Brian Miller, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
And then our, this year, we don't have horse events, but we do need a fence put up from the archway to the gate 3, which would be the east gate. That would be our contestant entrance, like anybody to the rodeo, the Auditor and all that, to have a fence put up there. So
Temporary like last year?
if you want to put up, we don't have access to those street fence panels this year.
Well, I mean, no offense, but there's no way a fence is gonna be put up in the next 2 weeks.
We have to put up portables.
We have to, yeah, I mean, it'll have to be some type of portable thing, is what I'm saying.
But no fence, Windsor.
What's a snow fence? That's not gonna stop a horse or an animal.
We don't have a horse event this year.
So
it's up to
what's the
local-
purpose of the fence then? I'm just asking.
A barrier there.
For
So
people.
for people,
People.
stay out of it, stay out of that ditch, nobody drives in, they have to go through the gates, so it's, there for.
Put up a 3-wire hot fence.
I'll put an electrified freaking fence up. There's nobody lives there.
No, it's no fence,
Ditch.
no fence. That's all
It- that's- We just need a
Just
barrier.
to keep people out and go to the gate.
Because
what
we'll
it's for.
close, when we're not, having entrance coming in on that, we will close the gate. And if we don't, there's grass area, it's easy to drive around it, so. And then also the ditches, so if anybody would think that they could drive up to, onto Highway 15, going around that, there is that ditch in there. So we need some kind of barrier.
Where do you want the little building that the 4-H used to store their stuff in?
I don't know if we'll get that done before the fair, because we're thinking it would be for a cement slab. When we set it down, it would be somewhat more, permanent there, but.
Where it currently sits? Or back by the barn?
Oh, it's not moved yet, or?
No, so the 4-H brought their new building in yesterday, okay? And then the little building that's up by the barn, that they had 4-H had used for storage.
Yeah.
Okay, they cleaned that building out and put in their new building. And then they asked me, now you can move that building. And a fair board member had called me and said, well, we want to utilize that building. And I thought they said they wanted to utilize it up by the big barn. Is that correct?
No, actually, now we're thinking about maybe putting it over on that.
Gate
east
3?
gate, yeah, as having it as a,
Tickets.
ticket, yeah, kind of
Okay.
thing. But we were thinking, because it is only, I don't know if it's on blocks, cinder blocks now. or-
It's on skids. And it's got a floor in it.
Okay,
So realistically, if you wanted it put up by gate 3, it would take a payload or bucket of gravel to put it in a level area inside the gate. You basically want to use it as a third ticket booth like you do at the other 2 entrances,
or
correct?
somewhat sheltered, yeah, in case there would be, because right now we just usually put up a tent, and if it's kind of
Yep.
like any kind of weather, it doesn't help as much.
We can get it up there.
If it'd be close enough room so people can still drive in, not right at the gate, so it'd be a little bit further to the south.
Yeah,
You
we'd
might
have to
other
put it
shed.
south because we couldn't really put it in the state right away, obviously. So we would have to put it, we'd have to put it far enough in that the gates can swing open and close.
We're thinking maybe even a little further south, maybe by that other shed.
I think you guys got it figured out, work it out.
Yeah.
Well, this is the time, we're 10 days away. Okay, go ahead.
Right,
Okay. So-
but you don't need a motion or anything from us, right?
And then the other question for, we have 2 things, we're working on the women's building, get the floor taken out.
Yeah.
And, we expect that floor can get gravel from the county to put it before, it looks like we're going to do cement in there. So we just need some fill inside the building, we can get gravel from the county.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're good.
Shouldn't take that much.
I don't think so.
before the fair or after?
Oh, this is all after, this is like, after the fair.
Shouldn't be-
That's
So we
better.
just wanna have.
That's better.
That's part of the bid of people, that they wanna know that would have material that
No
would not, they
problem.
wouldn't have to deal with it. And then also if there's a chance of a possibility of getting, help when you tear the floor out from the county, or to
Don't have the help.
disposal.
We're short-handed.
We're short-handed.
Okay, how about the disposal, can we get, if it's removed out, we have disposal of,
City dump.
We'll, if you get it out of there, we'll get it out of, with the payload or the truck, we'll get it out of there. But, yeah.
okay.
You file it, they can haul it away.
Yep.
Is that fair enough?
Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay. All right, those are all things we
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Here's your documents.
Good luck.
Thank you.
What happened to your panel now?
Luke Hollenbach had lined that up, and then,
Yeah, he's not here.
and he's not here, and, so, yeah, that guy was, he had brought him down, and he did sell him, but he thought he'd have more interest, so he's not interested in coming down again with the low. Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Did you give them this was for their, done.
That's just a copy, Dan.
Oh, okay, right.
The chairman's gonna sign.
Dan just needs to sign that.
All right,
Township meetings deal.
so that you've got the schedule in front of you, to my knowledge, we said last month that we were gonna talk about road maintenance, budgets and levies, township concerns and ideas, zoning and permits, and just general information. If there's anything else that you want added to that list, knowing full well that based on how the meetings are scheduled, you've got an hour and you've got travel time. You're not sitting there for 2.5 hours, otherwise the next one fails to occur, and so on.
I think we do have to have a certain amount of time for questions. That's gotta be a big part of the communication.
Yeah.
I would think the majority of it is questions from them or ideas.
Or input
Yeah.
from them. Yeah.
That's,
Right.
You guys start to make any questions, doesn't it?
I think though we should lay out
A
our
little bit
plan
first.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what happens with his voting.
The length of those meetings will all depend on what happens next Tuesday.
That'll be a big part of it, yeah. So 8 o'clock at Hamburg, 10 at Montreal, and 12:30 at Eaglesville. And then Thursday is 16, Bowling, Bridgeville.
That's fair week, right?
No,
That was
that week after.
Oh, after. Okay. 19th?
It's 18.
18th, that's right, my bad.
So, anyway, we've got the schedule, we've got our locations, they've all been invited. Dale Schmitz reached out and requested all the time, he would like, he's gonna attend as a township guru, I guess.
Ladies Estate for Township, guys.
And, so anyway, with that, Richard, do you wanna come back up here?
Just
before we
1
adjourn?
second, I want to make sure that the board has a copy of the easement. I also want the board to realize that my clay, and I know you can get an attorney, but you're giving legal. You're not giving legal advice, but you made a comment like you were. And what I'm saying is it's my dirt stockpile on my land, and I'm gonna get what I need. If you have a problem with that, then have your attorney.
It's in the
talk.
road right away.
It's on my property, and the only way you can have that dirt is if you're building the road. That's according to a road.
We just agreed to that we weren't gonna do nothing with the dirt, it's gonna stay there.
But it's stockpiled, and I need.
Or it's leveled out.
It's not stockpiled,
It's
it's all
leveled
leveled
out.
out.
It's leveled out,
At any
it's
rate,
done.
Just so you know what I plan to do. And if there's legal ramifications, let me know.
So what is your exact plan then?
I'm gonna go and see if I can pick some of that dirt up, so I can fix my bottom with the water coming out. And which is perfectly legal, I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not altering a drain, I'm not doing anything. And again, check with your attorney, that is an easement, that's not ownership. You don't own the dirt, it's sitting on my land right now.
Why didn't you bring this up the first meeting if this was gonna be an issue?
Brian, I had no idea we didn't have something that was amicable to everybody. Nobody talks to me, nobody.
Richard, there was two
Dennis came out and
options.
visited with El Hagan. Nobody walked out there with me and let's see what's going on.
Did
I'm
you
not
not-
trying to make a
just
fight with
wait.
it. Why am I not doing something? It's frustration. I assumed when we had something,
But
why
did
was it
you-
so late? I didn't realize your contract was gonna be so late.
Did you not know the options?
Did anybody offer to pay a little bit of crop damage or anything? No, they
Rickter,
just blew. Okay, go
Did you
ahead.
know the options? There was two options given.
Absolutely.
Okay,
That-
you knew that this could be an option,
Mhm.
the current thing that happened.
And that's fine.
Okay, but it's not fine because you have an issue.
It's not fine because you won't let me have my dirt.
But you never brought it up that you
Why
wanted
should
the
I
dirt.
have to?
We tried to give you dirt, you didn't want it.
And I got the phone call and I
Okay,
said,
I
can we put the dirt on your ground and you can reseed it, they can have your dirt. No, that wasn't good enough.
I understand.
Every time we have an issue, we deal with you about 4 times and it's getting old, Richard.
One other thing I got to say, you're a farmer, you've been a farmer your whole life. Things come up and don't go as planned.
So,
This was one thing that didn't go as planned, the contractor couldn't get there on time.
Yep.
You already seeded your crop, you didn't want that dirt over your crop, and this is the second option we had to get this project done, and this is what happened.
and I'm
And now-
not causing a problem to anybody.
Yeah, you are.
Someone
Yeah, you
might-
are.
How is it a problem?
It's unanimous, you are.
Okay, it's my.
And I'm not a
dirt,
lawyer.
I wanna fix what I got a problem with now on the
Richard,
bottom.
isn't
because
there,
of the way they
isn't
do
there a pasture down there where you can get dirt other than hauling it a half
Oh,
mile?
God.
Right there to put on your berm?
it. This stuff is closer, and for me to go into that rocky pasture, I-
Tell me this, if you move dirt, are you gonna clean the mess up when you're
we'll
done?
try and level out where we're going. Yep, it was not gonna be any worse than it is now, for you guys now and look at it.
I have.
I know you have done.
I haven't seen it since it's been done.
So, at any rate, that's what I plan to do. So
Very
if
good.
you've got,
Do what you're gonna do and.
if it's a problem, let me know.
Do we need to have a referee out there when you're moving this dirt?
I don't know why, it's my
Well,
dirt on
here's
my
the,
land.
here's the reason I'm asking.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any difference,
What part of this
What
is
happens?
on this land? No.
but afterwards, there's always a fuss. So if we had a referee out there, we wouldn't have a fuss.
She owns the land in the middle of the road.
It's just,
I don't
do what you gotta do and let
Come on.
it be done.
One other thing, Richard, you keep saying it's on your land. How's it on your land now?
Because I own the land to the center of the road.
County has 150 foot easement.
Easement, not ownership.
Okay,
75 feet from the center of the road.
So you get to fix half the road all the time because it's yours.
But that's-
You get to maintain it, you maintain your half of the road? That's what I wanna know. If you own it to the middle of the road, do you do this half?
we should have just sent you the bill.
Well, can we, Richard, being you own the land, can we send you the bill for the contractor to clean the drain, being it's your land?
You said it was your ditch.
No, wait a minute,
You're telling us it's yours.
contradicting yourself.
No,
You're telling us it's ours.
because you have an easement. I don't, at any rate,
So the dirt is ours then.
you know, the dirt is not
Yeah.
yours because you don't own it.
So you should
We don't
pay
own
for
that
getting
ditch
rid of
either
it.
then.
That's
You
my
don't own
point.
the ditch.
Okay, so if you pay the bill to clean it out, we'll have.
We'll forward the
Dan-
bill to you.
Do what you want to do. I just,
We'll get you a bill for the maintainer every time it goes across your
well,
half.
I believe, how much it does pay for some stuff, but. and
But you
that's
said
what-
you owned it. Why should the township pay it?
You look on your abstracts, are you buying 158 acre quarters because there's a road, or are you buying 160 acre quarters? Because of the size.
Well, I really think you should pay for this bill if you're a good steward of things, because it was your dirt that went into this
How is it?
drain. It was your dirt. You said that 42 times now here,
It's my dirt when it's
Yeah.
on my ground.
and it's,
Well, it's not on your ground then, you're saying?
But
It is
it's
not.
on your easement that you gave up.
you're digging yourself a hole here, Richard.
No, okay.
I guess
That's
you
why I
agree to
hate to
that.
come back and talk to you guys. All I'm saying is, it's my dirt, I'm gonna fix some stuff up, I'll level it back out. If it doesn't work for me to pick it up, I won't do it, but I don't know where else to get some that is any more convenient.
I'm
So-
sure you got plenty of fields, you own quite a bit of land, it's convenience, or that's the only reason you want this dirt? Because it's convenient?
Why did you ask the question?
Well, you asked those questions, you asked. I could
Twist
argue
them
here
around.
all day long.
Twist them around every time we do something.
Okay, at any rate, if you run into a problem,
Fine.
that's the easement.
We're not gonna argue about
Thank
it
you.
more. Thank you. whatever it be, it'll be.
I got to ask a question, please. Question, please. Was there an equalization meeting going on today?
Yeah, I was right away this morning.
Well, I was here when Jana was still here. Nobody mentioned that we were going to do an equalization.
That's what we were doing.
When she came up, we said you're starting the equalization meeting.
Right, and I was still here. I didn't know, nobody asked if there was anybody for the equalization meeting because I was sitting here when Jana
I
was still
figured you
testifying.
were here for that. I wrote your name down here.
Well, I'm
I
just
should've
saying,
said something, but I didn't.
I've been sitting here, Jana was still testifying. I'm just wondering what, I didn't hear equalization meeting closed or nothing about equalization.
There was
And
no
I was
amendment.
here when she was speaking, yes.
Brian made a motion.
Brian made a
He
motion.
made a motion
I made
to
a
adjourn
motion to adjourn.
the equalization meeting
You were at the main meeting, I think.
at 8 o'clock though.
I don't know if you were here.
But Jana and
But
Denise,
Jana-
they were still testifying. I figured that was still the
that
meeting.
was-
Wasn't the meeting, was the meeting going on yet then?
That wasn't the
Jana-
equalization.
Jana was
that
talking about
No,
something
then we
else.
started our commission meeting.
So that's out of luck then.
So, well, what's your question? We listen to your question.
Well, it's a valuation on my house.
You come about every year too, don't you? Or every other?
I've never been here once.
You were here before, when I was a commissioner in the last 10 years.
On an equalization deal?
On your taxes, yes.
Yes, on a tax.
Yes,
The way,
whatever. I'm not gonna argue about it.
So what is your name?
Fred Rickter.
You live where?
Oh. Got a 43% increase on my valuation of the house. 1 year, 43%.
I got
Well, the rest of
59.
you hired.
Anyway,
How much?
that's-
$50,750 increase on this?
I said Kurtzville, I didn't say mine. I'm
Oh.
just, this is an inside
Okay,
joke.
what-
Sorry, I said it. Forget it.
Go ahead.
Well, I wasn't in on this, this question, whether the commission said $50,750 increase in a 43-year-old house in Sykes.
Does it measure out? Has it been remodeled?
Put siding up once the trees on house.
What would you sell it for?
You won't get into this.
That's a relevant question.
You brought it up.
That's part of it.
What's it,
up?
I'll tell you what, what's it
Good enough.
insured for?
Good enough.
That's good.
Did any of you own land? Will you sell me for your appraised ag land is worth? Would you sell it to me today? No, you wouldn't, and you don't damn well either. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you kind of just made my point. You wouldn't sell it for what it's appraised at. That's absolutely the point.
I know.
I'm glad he's going. You made him mad right from the beginning.
That's because I wanted to.
Hey, the other thing.
May I ask a question? Is that the Richter that's running for commissioner?
No.
No.
This is Frederick.
Well,
He's been in here about his taxes before you guys, I don't care.
well, that's a little out of line, though, it doesn't matter, you can come in every single year if you want. I
But
mean, but the fact that, he, number one, didn't know the meeting, and number two, I got a question about my taxes that it went up.
he's got, I
has a
know,
right
but
to ask
he
that.
gets short fused.
But-
But he doesn't have to come here to ask that because you didn't set the taxes.
No,
He has to go talk to Jana.
He was at the Sykeston equalization.
All she does is assess the property. The political subdivisions make budget requests. That includes the county, the school district, the fire
Yep,
department,
yep,
the
yep.
ambulance district, the township, the city, etc. This board has nothing to do with the taxes.
and if he had an issue with his assessment, he should have went to that equalization meeting.
He did.
Did he bring it up there?
If he didn't agree to it, Jana would have brought that up today.
Did
He
talk with
was there because I was there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know he was there.
But, and he just said you wouldn't sell your land for what it's assessed at, and evidently neither would he. Okay, so my question was relevant. All right, when I bought my house in 2007, I didn't look at what it was assessed at, but it turned out I offered exactly what it was assessed at. And Glenfield laughed at me and said, no, absolutely not. It was assessed at $99,000 at that time. Today, it's assessed at $368,000. All right? I'm not going to equalization meetings because I wouldn't sell it for $368,000. It's not assessed anywhere near what it's valued at. Everybody seems to have this idea that they think they know how this works, but evidently they do not.
Well, and he really hit him wrong when he said it wouldn't sell for that, because that's what an assessment is. So I don't quite get it. And you can't compare ag land
Yeah.
to residential property, because ag land is so obsolete and so out of line and so goofy that no one can quite understand it. And I hear that time and time again too, well, assessment shouldn't be accurate because look at ag land. Someone should look at ag land, not us, but in the state, and then change that system.
And Wells County has no control over that
No,
either.
none, zero.
And the reason he got so upset is, I'm pretty sure at the equalization meeting, he got asked two questions, would you sell it for that, and what's it insured for? That's, neither one were answered.
Okay, what were the two questions?
Would you sell it?
Would you sell it for,
And Dan asked him that,
Yeah.
and,
what do you got insured for?
Yeah.
Dan also asked him that, but he was walking out.
And it was also asked that night if it's fair for the rest of the county to pick up the tab so that you can have ridiculously and arbitrarily low assessed values on your property. And they, of course, all smiled and said, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I was there.
And here's the biggest thing, and it's happening in Hartsfield too, and it happens everywhere. People get caught up in percentages. Oh, this went up 52%. But it hadn't increased for 14 years before that.
you want to pay the back pay?
Yeah, we've been giving you a benefit for the last how many years?
Well, next time he comes, we'll give him a back pay.
But
Then he'll be too.
then there is a big jump in things. So,
It's all about fairness and what is your share.
That's why we got the email we did from Janet, saying she reached out to the other counties, and then Foster, that's what they did.
right, Vanguard, we
Straightened out
talked about
everybody.
it before.
Went Vanguard, and
Here's the downside of that, maybe Brian, you weren't on yet. It costs a boatload.
I understand, I'm not saying that, but
It's
all I'm getting at
six
is,
figures
is,
plus.
if, you know, if everybody wants to know everything, see, with Camus, you shouldn't have to go to Vanguard, because that's what they use.
It is part of Vanguard.
That's what I mean.
That's what she
So-
said today.
Yeah, so she's actually doing the same thing Vanguard's gonna do.
That's right, pretty
But-
much.
But it's local and it's personal and it's a problem.
Well, that's always gonna be that.
Right. I'm just saying, though, that's the,
You know, a little side note, I won't mention names, but within Hartsfield, the one guy was complaining about his house and said, so would you sell it for that? Yeah, I'd sell it for that. Oh, wrong question, Dan. The guy would sell it for
yes,
that.
you would, remember the.
And then Bev asked him, what do you got insured for? I don't
I
have
got insurance.
I don't have insurance. Okay, neither one of those questions worked.
Exactly.
Rare circumstance.
Very rare. Anyway.
But you know, before this Hartsfield meeting, and I've not been watching, I will say this, we can be very fortunate that Janet is as diligent as she is at what she's doing.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like-
right. I've always said that's the most complicated job. you
It's
have.
like a referee in two rival
Yeah.
basketball games with 2 minutes to go and everybody's mad.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And she's doing very well.
I'm still upset I called you May 28 years ago. when we graduated.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
and
Was
I
that
know
at the
we-
equalization
yeah.
meeting or was
Yeah,
that the
I'm
regular
just
meeting?
teasing, trying to add a little lightness to the
Sorry?
situation.
Just to clarify, board, I don't mean this in a bad way, but when you work like the Phil, make them understand that the county's got nothing to do with this. You're doing that as an individual.
To Fred?
Or whatever, it's not. the
Fred
county
and Philip,
commission.
you kind of have a trend here.
Oh, I told Philip it was because I was going after for the public.
Yeah.
That's what I was going
Well, he
after.
thinks it
Was
was
that wrong?
Yeah,
If
because.
it
he
wasn't
thinks
wrong,
it-
I went after it.
He thinks it was a county commission
Involved, which,
That's
that's
where-
what happens.
But then he didn't come here representing the township either, so he should understand. He came
did
as
the
a
same
public
thing
or
I
an
did.
individual and doing the
He
same.
went He
Yeah.
wasn't, had nothing to do with the
Right,
township.
right,
exactly.
Well, but he made that clear.
Yeah, and I said it right after we got started, that I went to it for public.
Right.
Today,
Yes, for
I
the
think
public.
he was a bit upset that Aaron Burke was called in.
And the game and fish, I mean.
Tim,
you
thank
could
you
have
for
adding,
adding.
worked it
You
out.
shouldn't.
That was good.
Aaron Burst thinks
Thank
he's
you.
helping the county, but we have nothing to do with that.
Well, it got ironed out.
Hopefully, and I think those guys go work with them, I think we could.
That was a good,
Well, it was never about,
amiable answer.
see,
What would have happened if I wouldn't have said anything? And the rocks would have still been there. And then Bucky's gotta deal with it himself down there.
No.
I don't think them rocks would have ever got moved.
Well, that would have been up to the wildlife corps to
Wow.
say, work with them.
I
But-
called Dougie Huff, and he called Philip, and Philip went down there with his payloader and pushed him in more.
can I not go to our state's attorney and ask him questions and stuff about things like this as a citizen? Am I not allowed to talk to the state's attorney on anything?
He is the attorney for the Wells County Commission.
Works for the county.
He's not everybody's public lawyer.
No, but I mean, as far as things that go on, as if I want information about sanctuary codes and whatnot all and everything else like that,
No, there's a
No.
fine line there. The
Yeah.
state's attorney in Bryan and down, like this, Bryan and Boone, you gotta be careful too. He isn't to be called to give his opinion on private matters or matters out of his jurisdiction. He represents the county in county court cases. I know, that sounds like a political answer, but.
Pretty much the only group he gives advice to is this five people right here. That's it.
okay.
On county matters.
On county matters.
Because.
That's a
here was
township
the
matter.
Deal, and you can say what you want about her, but there was sometimes
I guess.
a good thing when our previous state's attorney was here and she had flexible hours, and I asked her once, so you have people were disgruntled because she wasn't available. I said, what's the vast majority of people who come in to see you